And the TSA is still irradiating people at the airports in spite of the complaints that came from everybody. They're just going to go ahead and do it. Congress has done absolutely nothing. A few state assemblies, I have to say, New Jersey and especially Texas, have taken action. Here's why this is so important. Not only is it a vile violation of people's privacy and civil rights and just basic decency and common sense, it's also very dangerous what they're doing. And here's an article that you can all read from thenaturalnews.com. You could just go there and search this headline: TSA backscatteration tests were rigged. In other words, believe it or not, the government's report that these machines are completely safe was based on pretty much absolutely bogus data. And we've got some physics professors, in other words, people that do this for a living, expressing pretty significant concern about the TSA's claims and their so-called tests. And you can actually view the documents yourself at this site at ProPublica. And everything is linkable from this Natural News article. It's 5 professors from the University of California, San Francisco, and 1 professor from Arizona State University. And actually, you know what? Maybe if this letter does open up, we'll read it. They come right out and say there is still no rigorous, let's highlight this so it can't be missed, there is still no rigorous hard data for the safety of X-ray airport passenger scanners. Imagine that. They've got hundreds of these. They're compelling children to go through them. They're compelling pregnant women to go through them. They're compelling people with autoimmune diseases, elderly people, people that have needed lots of radiation therapy for perhaps cancer and other illnesses. You basically have the choice of either going through these machines or being publicly humiliated. What a choice. Your government tax dollars at work. The names of the here's just some highlights of how fraudulent the TSA's claims are. First of all, there has been no credible scientific testing of the scanners at all. Okay, the only tests have been done have been by the TSA themselves. The names of the researchers who conducted the radiation tests at RapidScan have been kept secret. So you can't ask them any questions, you can't get clarification. The RapidScan tests are not available to peer review. Now, peer review is the gold standard in science. You know, anybody can say anything they want, but at some point you have to put your research and your data and your testing up for public examination. That's called peer review. There is no peer review of the TSA tests. They are literally secret tests. Now, the test report that they finally did publish has been so heavily redacted that there's no way to repeat the measurements. That's according to the 5 professors that analyzed the TSA's own testing. The document is heavily redacted with red stamps over the words and figures. In every case, the electric current used, which correlates 1-to-1 with X-ray doses, has been specifically redacted, in other words, crossed out. Now, there's no national security issue here. The issue is, are those machines safe? And the report issued to the public won't even give us the numbers so that we could see. So here's the question, and I always ask this myself: where is the outrage from the, quote, scientific community on all of this? This is absolute quackery, and yet they seem to be getting away with it. X-rays, this is an X-ray machine. The TSA further adamantly refuses to evolve to allow independent testing. So not only is their the testers being kept secret, not only is the data not being released to the public, but they will not allow anyone else to look at these machines. And the issue is so serious that 5 professors of physics, biophysics, have expressed concern. One of the big concerns is, here's the key. Peter Rez, professor of physics at Arizona State, says the high-quality images described by the TSA could not be produced with the low levels of radiation being claimed by the TSA. In other words, they show us all these fantastic pictures, and we're supposed to pat them on the back for their good work. And according to this one physics professor, you can't get images that clear without a lot more radiation. Here's another thing that should give you some comfort. The TSA machines are capable of firing even higher levels of radiation into, quote, regions of interest, such as your anus or scrotum, which the TSA seems to be taking great interest in these days. And, you know, we could just go on and on and on. But basically, the TSA made a claim. That claim is not backed up by any science. At least 5 professors that were willing to put it on the line say that the information the TSA is putting out cannot possibly be accurate and is suspect at best. And we're talking about radiation here. And again, if you want to fly in America, you are required, upon command, to walk through this device. And if you don't do it, you will be subjected to the public humiliation body searches. And this does matter. Not only is this an issue for anyone who travels by airplane, it's an issue for anybody that works at an airport. If you are a pilot, if you are a steward, you have to walk past these machines several times a week. If you're a TSA employee, you are standing in the midst of this radiation 8 hours a day. What's going to happen? Well, we're going to have obviously some kind of horrid cancer epidemic. There's going to be lawsuits, and everyone's going to say, we didn't know. We didn't know, and the victims are probably going to get, you know, a few cents thrown at them, maybe 50 years after their case is filed. Yet another disgrace. I would say, you know, I don't fly anymore. Luckily, I don't have to fly for business anymore, so I won't do it. I do have family members that are sort of out of range of an easy car ride. Well, we're not going to see each other unless they come here, which I advise them not to do. I'm staying within the radius of places I can drive to, and that's it. Or I'll figure out a way to get somewhere either by ship or by going to a country that doesn't have this and flying from there. And maybe Texas. Well, Texas is only working on the body searches, which is a whole other issue. But the bottom line, this technology has not been tested adequately. The TSA is not making the results available to scientists. They're not making the machine available for independent testing. And the one report they did put out, they are hiding the data. So that's where it is. If you think flying is worth it, at least you should know what you're getting into.